Hello everyone, welcome to SJ Games Live with me, Rhea, and Andrew Hackard, who is here to talk a little bit about Munchkin Oz and some other exciting things.
We actually have quite a lot to talk about, so it's going to be kind of awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't yet, make sure you use hashtag SJ Games Live and hashtag Munchkin Oz to make your guess as to what it is Andrew has in store for us. So make your guesses now. We will.
You should know that we're judging based on humor, not on accuracy.
True. Whatever amuses us, really. Yeah. So whoever has, I guess, the most humorous, or whichever one we pick, will get Munchkin Oz, and you also have the option to ask Andrew to sign it if you'd like. We have the copy. It'll be the copy we're gonna open up and show here.
Yeah. So we should get started.
Yes, absolutely.
So we've got a lot of stuff that we are talking about. Some things we've mentioned before, some things we've announced this week, a couple we haven't really talked much about yet. The first thing I want to talk about is Steampunk Deluxe, right here, that Rhea's using to prop up her tablet.
You can have it handled.
This is going to be in stores officially in October, but we are shipping a launch kit that will be in stores next month. And that launch kit has 3 copies of the game, some cool posters your store can put up, some cool promo cards your store can give out, and it's the only way to get Steampunk Deluxe early. So if you want to give it a try, it's designed by Steve, it's illustrated by Phil Folio from Girl Genius and What's New with Phil and Dixie and many, many other gaming projects. And it is a whole lot of fun, and I cannot wait for people to see it. And it's the first time we've done a straight to deluxe set, so we're really excited to see how this does. Supporting Steampunk later this year, we've got a couple more Steampunk accessories coming out, and the first one is the Steampunk Kilometer. You guys have said, by your wallets, thank you, that you really like the Kilometer products. So this is going to let you track your combat strength. There's a side for the Munchkins and a side for the monsters. And it comes with new Steampunk cards that are not included in the deluxe set. And that's going to be out about the same time that Steampunk Deluxe officially hits stores. So October-ish. The other product, and I don't know that we've officially announced this one yet, so this is a scoop, is a Steampunk Science Dice. And this is a prototype, which is why it's in pieces. This also comes with new Steampunk cards, and it comes with 6 dice in really awesome steampunky colors. This is going to be out the year. So everybody needs more dice, everybody needs more cards. This is a great way to get both in one package. It will be one package, I promise.
Yeah, these are samples, right?
Yeah, we get individual samples of the various pieces from our factory, and then they send us a sample of everything all put together, so we're between those stages.
Yay! I'm pretty excited about all the steampunk stuff. Speaking of which, if you are not aware, we are having a steampunk launch party. This is a new thing that we're trying and we're pretty excited about. It will be on site at Dragon's Lair in Austin. However, we are also doing another SJ Games Live at that time, so that everyone can participate. There'll be a costume contest. There'll be
there will be a Steve.
There will be a Steve. There will be things that everyone can bid on for a local charity that we have here. So we're really excited about that.
And that's August 13th?
Yes, absolutely.
At Dragon's Lair in Austin. So if you're in Austin or can get here, we'd love to see you. And if you're not, watch us online.
Yeah. So you have some other exciting things.
I do have some other exciting things in the corner of the table. That was good. The first one is Munchkin Oz. We announced this Monday. This is, as you can see, going to be at Target, and it is adventuring in L. Frank Baum's stories from the turn of last century. Y'all know Dorothy and the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodsman, and this is the stories that they came from. It's 14 novels plus a couple of short stories, and we're going to talk more about this in just a minute, so I'm just going to leave that right there. The other thing that I put out of my reach, we announced today Munchkin Hipsters. This is, it's probably not going to be cool for very long, but This is our first 30 card booster pack, and it's in the new format. We've talked about it on the Daily Illuminator. Instead of the foil fin seal packs, we're going to something that's got an actual hang tag on it, so you can stores can put it on hooks right next to the Munchkin Tuck boxes. So all the Munchkin stuff is together. And this was developed by my assistant line editor, Devin Lewis. And we got help from Brian Ingard, who is our Hipster Dice line editor, because no one speaks hipster like Brian does. And John illustrated it, and it is really, really funny and has probably the longest card name I've ever written for a Munchkin card, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you'll know it when you see it. This is available on Think Geek exclusively at the moment, and you have to kind of dig for it a little bit. If you search on Munchkin, pull up the main Munchkin page, there's a checkbox that lets you order this product. And that's going to be $9.95 on Think Geek. And it is available for purchase right now.
Yay! I'll be honest, I was more into that one when it was, still...
Yeah, when nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that everybody knows about it, it's just, yeah.
It's not as cool as it was. Although the jokes are still pretty good. Yeah.
So, the other important thing that we need to talk about, and Rhea's going to talk something about that, and I can talk something about it, is Gen Con, which is next week. Wow.
Woo!
Yeah, I know, seriously. And we're both going to be there, so...
And this will actually be my first Gen Con ever.
High five.
I've never actually been to a Gen Con, so if anyone has suggestions on anything I need to make sure I see or do...
Drink lots of water.
Please put those in the comments, because I'm going to read those.
Tag them, hashtag SJGamesLive, hashtag Rhea Don't Die. Gen Con is a lot of fun. There's a whole lot of things to see. Even if you never leave the exhibit hall, but there's so many things going on outside, panels and just pick up games. And
oh yeah, I'm super excited. Actually, Fireside Games has a game coming out. Crows.
The Village Crone.
The Village Crone.
Yes. So plug for Fireside Games. This is a new game. It's not tied to their previous ones, and it's all about witches, which is all that I know. Sorry guys. But it's going to be awesome. I do know that. And they will also, of course, have Munchkin Panic and Castle Panic in both its expansions and the new Bears expansion. So.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I'm glad they're right next to us, because then I can,
So come to see Fireside Games and say hi to them, and then come see us.
Yeah.
Or come see us, and if you have time left, go see Fireside Games. But yeah, it is at Gen Con. I will be doing demo games every day. The schedule's going to be, I don't know schedule or if it's just going to be in the booth, but there'll be a set time each day where I wander out and grab people to play a game. And I'm going to play a couple of games of Steampunk and a couple of games of Oz. I'm doing a couple of signings. John Kavalik, we were working on scheduling signings with him. He will be in our booth. And Munchkin the Guild artist Lynn Peralta is also going to be doing some signings in our booth.
Yes, I heard that.
I don't know if this is Lynn's very first Gen Con, but I think it's his first one in a while at least.
And if you do want the times, I just wanted to cut in for
Sure,
a second.
that's fine.
We will post them on the Daily Illuminator.
Okay,
so
awesome.
If you watch our blog, or if you get to that point and you're looking for Steve Jackson games at Gen Con, there'll be the schedule there.
So,
to check out.
And even when none of us are there, we've got lots of people who are showing off games, Munchkin games, non-Munchkin games. And so, come see us in the exhibit hall and find the Men in Black. There's going to be a bunch of them, just like every year, playing games. So they can teach you any game that you want to know, or find someone who can teach it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Munchkin Oz will be among them, as well as Steampunk.
Yep, absolutely. And no, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we may even have more announcements at the show.
If we have any left,
Yeah, seriously. The rate we're going, we're burning through everything. Definitely, if you're at Gen Con, please come by and say hi. We'd love to chat, to meet our fans.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was the next thing that you had to surprise? Oh,
Talk about Munchkin Oz.
It's time to open it up.
I know. So we have kind of prepped this.
Cheating.
A little bit of cheating. So we've used this box before. and it works really well, and whatever. And so you've got the cover, and it's nice and bright and green. It's not going to be hard to find on the shelf. On the back side, we've actually got a little how to play diagram. So people who aren't already familiar with Munchkin, which is I'm sure none of you guys, Rhea is directing me now, are going to be able to walk through it and get at least the basics of how to play the game. And when you open it up, it opens like a sort of a clamshell there, or as we call it, the pizza box. And of course you have rules, because it's Munchkin, and what would be without rules, and a lovely flyer about all the wonderful things that you can buy if you're a big Munchkin fan, or if you're just an SJ Games fan. And the cards have the traditional Munchkin backs, but different colored fronts, so you can easily tell them apart. And we'll talk about that in just a second. And of course you get a die. So the box is not the interesting part. The cards are the interesting part. To give John Kovalik some major props, he drew this set in about a month. We did not give him nearly enough time to get this done, and he hit it out of the park and has actually said on Twitter this is his favorite Munchkin set. So I think he's being very kind, and thank you, John, for that. But it really did turn out nicely, and we're very happy with it and proud of how it turned out. And so you've got your draw cards and treasure cards. The classes in Munchkin Oz, which I'm not going to try to tease out of here, but the classes are drawn from earlier Munchkin sets, because those classes actually fit the Oz story. So we pulled the Professor out of Munchkin Cthulhu, we pulled the Soldier out of Munchkin Axe Cop, and we pulled Royalty out of Munchkin Adventure Time. Those two classes deal with allies, and there are lots of allies in Munchkin Oz. We didn't want to put you in the position of actually trying to play Dorothy and the Tin Woodman and having horrible things happen to them. So those are your allies instead, and when horrible things happen, they're going to hurt the allies and not you. And of course, because it's Oz, one of the classes is Wizard. So yeah, it's we're really happy about it. If you are not familiar with the Oz books, they hold up really nicely. They're a great read. Good for kids and adults. And you don't need to know those books to enjoy the game. It's a Munchkin game. You know how that works. But if you do know the books, there's a lot of things that you're going to see in here that you're going to remember from reading them as a kid or reading them last week, including the Four Peoples of Oz, the Winkies, the Quadlings, the Gillikins, and the Munchkins. This is the Oz books is actually where the term Munchkin came from, so we're kind of going full circle with this. But yeah, you've got, like, for instance, you've got TikTok as an ally, or Ozma, Linda, of course, weapons like the Winky Warhammer, the Silver Shoes, or the Tin Woodman's Axe, and 160 some odd other cards as well that you're going to discover. We're going to be doing some promotional things for Munchkin Oz through the rest of the year. We've got several new cards that you can add in. We've got a couple of other cool things that are coming up. Watch the Daily Illuminator, watch Munchkin News for more information about Munchkin Oz.
Yeah.
What questions do you have?
Well, so I've got a couple questions, but do you mind if we backtrack to
Sure.
the Steampunk? Some folks were asking if we're going to have that as a normal core set, or are we keeping that straight in the deluxe?
Right now, we're keeping it straight as deluxe. We've talked about bringing it as a regular core set later on.
Seems like people like the deluxe, though.
See, people, I will tell you, the deluxe sales have really surprised us. We were originally, the plan on Munchkin Deluxe, the first deluxe, was it was going to be a one-off. We were going to print it once, do a special thing for people who really wanted it, and then it was done. And sales have taken off and been, I mean, honestly, Munchkin Deluxe sales are rivaling regular Munchkin sales. So Some of the other deluxe sets are still new. We're still seeing how they do, but by and large, people seem to like them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you get everything you need to play.
So that's true too, except friends.
Well, we can't help with that.
No, we are not starting a Munchkin Friends service.
Actually, we do have the Gamer Finder, so
that is true.
We have a Munchkin Friends service.
I stand corrected. Gamerfinder.sjgames.com. Put in your information and search for people in your area who like games. That's also how you find stores in your area. If maybe you just moved or you're visiting someplace. I was on a road trip recently and used the Store Finder a couple of times to go to check out game stores and talk to them about what was going on in their business. So
yeah, absolutely. I use it a lot too. I'm not sure I'll say this right, but Pikayo says that I was wondering if there was going to be any new plushies that can affect the game, sort of like Cthulhu, but something different.
So Pikayo, I don't know if you've seen the Ducks of Doom and Gloom. Those actually come with cards, so they definitely affect the game. Those are the most recent ones we've done. Plush is pretty expensive to make, so...
Sorry about that.
That's okay. So we're being a little bit cautious. We don't want to put a lot of money into a plush that's not going to sell, and so I'm not saying no, but I am saying nothing on the schedule right now.
So just a quick reminder to some folks that came in late. If you want a chance to possibly win this set of Munchkin Oz, make sure that you use hashtag SJGamesLive and hashtag Munchkin Oz to enter for that. So that can be Twitter, Facebook, or in the comments of this video.
Sure.
All of the above.
Yeah, do not write it on the walls of restroom stalls at bus stations. We will not see it there.
Yeah, even if you use the hashtag, for some reason my computer doesn't let me do that. I don't know why. But if
maybe in Windows 11.
If you do all three, that's 3 entries as opposed to 1. So yeah, three times the luck. So let me see what other questions we've got. The Yo-Yo God asks, are there going to be any new Munchkin Funkos?
Again, we have not announced any. Funko's a great company to work with. We love what they did with the Spike figures. They are also swamped because it turns out Disney likes them as well, and this might come as a shock, but we're not Disney. So the 3 Spike figures we have are really exciting. We're happy with them. Right now, we haven't announced anything else.
All right. The next question comes from Lord Skeleton 17. It says, hello.
Hello, Lord Skeleton 17.
I was just wondering, what about Discworld themed Munchkin? And I'm assuming he's asking because he knows about our Discworld GURPS related.
There's the Discworld RPG for GURPS that we are still working on. That is a monster volume. Those of you who are GURPS fans or Discworld fans, definitely check that out when it comes out eventually. We did a special promo card for the North American Discworld Convention 2 or 3 years ago, the luggage promo card, which is not widely available anymore, so if you see one, snag it legally. Don't just steal people's cards, that's rude. A Munchkin Discworld would be a lot of fun. We currently don't have anything along those lines. With Sir Terry's recent passing, it's probably not the time to be approaching that anyway. But it's a great idea. It would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Non-Inquisitor asks, is Oz similar in gameplay to classic Munchkin?
That is a fantastic question.
Also,
it is...
Did they see the backs earlier?
They saw the door back. They didn't see the treasure back, but it is the same backs that y'all are used to in regular Munchkin. It is similar in the sense that you kick open the door, you fight monsters, you take treasure, you want to be the first one to level 10. It's got different classes. They're tested classes. They're all from existing Munchkin releases. We've just never combined them like this before. And it uses the ally mechanic that was introduced originally in Axe Cop, but has been used in several other sets. including at least one you haven't seen yet. And but basically, allies work the same as hirelings or sidekicks. It just happens that in the set there are quite a lot of them. So there are no races. We felt that was not really appropriate to the tone of the Oz setting. So classes, monsters, curses, allies, treasure, lots of treasure. But yeah, if you know how to play Munchkin, you know how to play Munchkin Oz.
Yep. So the next question is from Nicholas Roche. He's asked, what is the word on Munchkin Gloom and Munchkin Smash Up?
Nicholas, if you are at Gen Con, there's a very good chance you will get to see Munchkin Gloom and Munchkin Smash Up if you are early. AEG has just announced again this week that Smash Up Munchkin is probably a September release, but I would not be surprised if they've gotten some copies early at Gen Con. Last year they had the big geeky box for about 5 minutes. I know that because I got there 10 minutes after they opened. Munchkin Gloom, I'm pretty sure Atlas is going to have some copies. Conveniently, Atlas Games is sharing our booth.
Yes.
Or, more precisely, we're sharing theirs. We're all sharing together.
We're all friends.
So, but yeah, Munchkin Gloom, Munchkin Smash Up. If you get to Gen Con, you should be able to at least see them. If you're not, they should be out within a couple of months.
Also, if you're in California, I think in the San Diego area, they're doing sort of a pre-release before Gen Con.
Nice.
Of Smash Up. We did tweet about it, so if you can dig up that tweet, you can find it. Or I'm sure AEG has talked about it. So
AEG's been doing a really good job teasing information about Smash Up. It's a great set. If you play Smash Up at all, you're going to love this one. And they got some good Munchkin into it too. One of the teases they posted was all about the monsters in this game. Yes, they've added monsters to Smash Up.
Since we are talking about Atlas Games and AEG, I've seen this question a lot online. Is just like, what is it like to go and work with other board game companies? And
that's a really good question. It's a little bit weird because it's kind of like sending your baby off to a prep school, and you want to be really protective, but at the same time you kind of want to let it out in the world and let other people mold and shape it. The companies we've been partnering with, Atlas Games, AEG, Fireside, USAopoly, have all done fantastic work with the Munchkin brand and the games they've put out. Munchkin Panic is a great game. I know some people who are like, Castle Panic's a little too easy. Munchkin Panic does not have that problem. I promise you that. Loot Letter was a really good reskin of Love Letter. And John got to redraw some of his classic illustrations, which made John very happy. Smash Up, John did the base art for the cards, and then they brought their painters in and digitally painted those cards. So it's a weird it looks like a Smash Up game, but it also looks like John drew it, and that's because that's true. Both of those happen. And everybody we've been working with has been so respectful of the Munchkin brand and how this is the 14th year. Next year is the 15th year of Munchkin, which is really hard to believe. And it's it has an identity, and everybody's been really involved in doing that. The Gloom game. First of all, if you have never played Gloom, where have you been? That game's been out for a long time, and it's so much fun. And the Gloom game, you are adventurers you have a party of adventurers that you are trying to kill in the most horrible, depressing ways possible. And it's Munchkin, so there's a lot of them. And it's the Gloom mechanics. It's got the same clear cards, so you just keep stacking them up. And John drew the art for that, and it was great. And the Atlas people did a really nice job designing that set. And then USAopoly, we've been partnering with for a couple of years now. Yeah. The Adventure Time game is just, they did some things with Munchkin that I did not realize were possible, like character cards. We never thought about, okay, let's put the characters in there and you can actually play as those characters. And Adventure Time 2, their dungeon set has a lot of really cool new stuff in there. We've announced They're actually doing something to support us, the Munchkin Zombies, The Walking Dead expansion, based on the comic. So the art was already there, which was awesome. And that you're going to need Munchkin Zombies to play that, which is great for us. But yeah, because you're the zombies, you get to fight Rick and Carl and Daryl's not in the comic, and Michonne and all of those people. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for you guys to see that. And then Munchkin the Nightmare Before Christmas. How awesome is that?
I'm really excited about that. That's like a childhood icon for me.
Sure. And that one's going to be out a little bit later this year as well. And we can't tell you what's in the works for next year, but it's amazing.
I know.
So, it has been, there are certainly challenges marrying a brand with a game where it's not the game that it was originally designed for, but I'm really proud of everything that's come out under the Munchkin brand, working with our third parties, and of course, the stuff we're doing ourselves. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It gives me a new skill set, and we just announced a couple of weeks ago, we have hired back Elaine Dawson, who was the managing editor when I started at SJ Games, and she is actually our contact with those third-party publishers, working on Munchkin games, making sure they pay attention to our branding, that it feels like a Munchkin game in addition to whatever else it is. She's also talking to Boom about the comics, talking to We Love Fine about t-shirts. So Elaine kind of got thrown into the deep end, but she's been doing it.
One of the fabulous We Love Fine
shirts, yes,
isn't it? Yeah,
it is, and it's also accurate. And she kind of got thrown into the deep end and is currently in Shanghai. So she gets to look at everything while we're all asleep.
So in Shanghai, like literally or figuratively?
No, she's literally in Shanghai.
Oh, okay.
So she's there for several weeks, I think. But Elaine's been doing great work and has really been taking some of the load off of my shoulders so I can focus on getting all the things ready for next year and our 15th anniversary. Holy crap.
I can't believe it's been around that long. It's older than my brothers.
I can't believe I was working here when it came out.
So
did you say it's older than your brothers?
Yeah. I'm also a lot older than my brothers.
Okay.
That helps you feel.
Not that much though.
Enough. All right, Monica King asks, will Munchkin Axe Cop be an expansion?
We worked on an expansion for a while, and we never really quite got it to gel. Axe Cop, it turns out, is a really well-balanced set, and you start adding things to it and things start breaking down. We also wanted to give the comic a little more room to continue and grow. So I'm not saying no, never. I'm saying not at this time.
Cool. Nicholas Roche asks, I'm sorry, by the way, if I get some of these names wrong. What can you tell us about Star Munchkin Cosmic demo that's coming out?
Nothing. So, no. We did, back in about 2006, 2007, we did something called the Munchkin Rig Demo, which was cards taken from Munchkin, but reworked into an actual two-player demo to show you how to play Munchkin. And we then redid that as a Munchkin booster called Munchkin Marked for Death with new cards. We got new art, we rewrote cards, so you could buy the booster and get some new cards, but you could also stack those cards as a demo to show your friends how you play Munchkin. Munchkin Marked for Death, by the way, is being reprinted later this year. We had a lot of requests to bring that back, so we are. Cosmic Demo is the same thing for Star Munchkin. It's 17 new cards, and you set it up as a two-player game, and you can run through that and do a couple of turns apiece, and you learn how to play Star Munchkin.
Yep.
So that's going to be a booster. It's going to be 17 cards. It'll be $5.95. It's going to be on a blister, just like Hipsters I showed you earlier. And it'll be out later this year. I don't remember exactly when.
And I noticed that we are using those blisters a lot more than that.
We're getting away from the fin seals. The feedback we were getting from retailers was that things we could actually, if we could peg all of the Munchkin expansions together, that would be awesome. So yeah, we're we are switching over to that. The things that are already infant seals, obviously, will stay infant seals. We're not going to your houses and taking them away from you. But, I mean, it turns out that has a lot of advantages for the retailers, but also for us.
Yeah, absolutely. He also asks about Munchkin kittens.
Oh, Munchkin kittens.
So adorable.
It really, really is adorable. If you go back to, I don't remember, was it on Phil's Twitter or our Twitter?
Both.
Okay, well, on both.
We were all kinds of tweeting about that one.
And that was about a month ago, I think.
Maybe like 2 weeks. Was it? I don't know if it was.
No, because I was still on. It was before I went on vacation, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anyway, sorry, inside baseball. Phil actually tweeted out a picture of a card that it turns out is in Munchkin Kittens. Kittens is going to be another 30-card booster, just like Hipsters, but it's going into regular hobby stores. So wherever you go to get your Munchkin fix, Kittens will be there toward the end of this year. It's illustrated by Katie Cook, who also did our Valentine's Day booster, Love Shark Baby. I'm still very happy with that title.
Yeah, that's also very adorable.
And she is, she writes and illustrates My Little Pony for IDW, so she definitely knows cute. Devin also wrote Kittens. We've been giving Devin some more design work this year. And Devin is a hidden Ilurophile, so he had a lot of fun with that set. And I cannot wait for you guys to see that one.
And I'm actually going to take this moment to kind of plug the artist for Kittens. And so if you ever want to talk to her or ask her questions about it,
sure.
She is available on Twitter at Katie Can Draw, Katie, Katie Can Draw.
Mm-hmm.
Super nice.
She's super nice. She's really accessible. She loves hearing from fans. John, of course, if you know, is at muskrat_John.
He's hilarious.
He is. And if you haven't been checking out Dork Tower, he was doing a whole series about Jilly's return to Mud Bay. And Lynn's Twitter is at monster something or other. I think I'm forgetting. I am very sorry, Lynn. I didn't know we were doing Twitter.
I probably have his. I can look it up real quick and we can post that one. I have our winner.
Okay.
I believe we are at that point. So our winner is at Jenna_84 on Twitter.
Okay.
And her question, or her guess as to what we are announcing today, is that we are really the great old ones and are here to enslave us through games.
That's a really rude thing to say. You are not old. You are great.
Thank you. Yeah.
I only think I'm old, but not so great.
So if you would like to claim your prize, simply...
Which is this fancy game right here that is pre-opened for your gaming entertainment.
Do you want to sign it?
I will be happy to sign it.
Right here on camera. So you know it's authentic. This is essentially when I get stuff signed, this is what I do.
And Jenna, because we care, we're even leaving the ad in the game. So, Jenna.
Jennifer for
So,
her. Yeah, for her.
I was going to use your Twitter handle.
Oh, you're going to use that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. JENNA_84. That is what won her. So.
Yeah.
Prize. That is fair. So, while he's signing that, in order to claim your prize, you have to email me at community@sjgames.com and go ahead and send me your mailing address and I'll get that sent off to you. I always like the prize sending part. That's one of my favorite parts of the job.
Rhea has one of the best jobs in the company, I will be honest with you guys. Jenna, that's what I wrote. I didn't smudge it at all, which is a miracle. Because Rhea gets to talk to you guys all the time. Goes out to all the events, takes pictures, meets people, gets on Twitter, gets on Facebook, gets on Pinterest, gets on Google+, gets on, I don't even know what else is out there.
All the things.
All
Vine,
the things.
You discovered Vine.
We have a Vine. I did not know we had a Vine. Do we have a Snapchat?
We have one. It is not like really actively used, but it is a thing that exists.
Chat roulette?
No.
Okay, that's probably for the best.
We have a limit here. So.
Yeah.
And sorry, I'm looking up Lynn's Twitter.
Dead
right.
air, folks. That's going to be a
air.
monster in the next Munchkin set.
All right, so it's at
I'm writing that down.
sticky note.
Sticky note.
Bam. So it's at LINA M Peralta PERALTA. So if you want to hit him up, that's how you do it. And I think that's just about all we had to cover for today. If you
No more questions?
do we have questions?
Phil, Stacy, our convention manager, points out Phil posted about kittens on July 16th. But I'm pretty sure we posted a picture before that.
We did, but kind of teased it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Lord Skeleton's question there.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever thought about a fan card making contest? Winning cards could be like in one booster pack.
So a few years ago, we announced a card creation contest. We picked a winner and 3 runners-up, and those cards appeared in Munchkin 8, Half Horse Will Travel. But if you go to munchkin.sjgames.com, there is a link at the top of that page that takes you to our card submission page where you can put in your ideas. And we go to that page pretty often when we are stuck for ideas or want to get stuff, break ourselves out of our rut. There is every chance that we will do something very similar to what you have said and use some fan ideas to actually create a booster or something. But if you look at the credits for Munchkin Games, very often we credit, thanks to these people for card ideas and tell what cards they were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have one last question from No Linquisitor. Can I play Munchkin Steampunk on a real airship for an extra level?
If you actually own a real airship and you are playing Munchkin Steampunk on that airship that you own, you start at level 2. That is a canonical rule.
It may have just been created now.
If it's a steam-powered airship, level 3.
All right, so that covers us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for SJ Games Live.
Thanks a lot. I hope to see a lot of you guys at Gen Con next week. We are also doing RTX here in Austin the weekend after that.
And Brick Fiesta this weekend. I'm going to be at all 3. So if you want to join us.
Bring her some coffee, please. Brick Fiesta is a Lego event. Steve's definitely going to be there. You know how Steve is about Legos.
Yeah. Did you hear we accidentally turned him into one? That's also on our Twitter feed.
Oh, really? Okay, well, go.
We're working out the kinks. Hopefully we'll have him back to normal in time for Brick Fiesta.
That would be nice. So yeah, there's only so many studs we can take around the office. Now we're definitely done.
Yep. On that note, we are out.